Hello Dara, I like to introduce myself as Alex, aka Fitness Gaming. I like gaming and fitness, which is how I got my name. Yeah, don't judge me. Anyways, we're going to be talking about the Elder Scrolls Online today. We're going to cover stuff we know, systems we know, gameplay, all that kind of cool stuff. So, I hope you enjoy this video, and let's just jump into it. First thing I want to cover is the soft locking system. Now, basically it's how you target people, and in most games, traditional games, you click that target, boom, you get a little bar there, and you can use all your abilities, and that will follow them. Now, this game will be different. It will have a soft locking system. It will not be a hardcore, click that person, and you're fully locked onto them, and everything you do affects that person. No, it's more of a soft locking system to kind of guide you and help you, especially with range abilities and all that kind of stuff. So, I guess there won't be too much crazy splash damage going on. If you soft lock your target, you're gonna just target them. It's similar, but it's easier to break. You can dodge, you can do that kind of stuff. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Now, in order to soft lock your target, you must be facing them. Any skill you use will be useless if you are not facing your target. Like I said, most games you don't have to face your target, but this game you gotta be freaking right looking at them. It's more about action MMO, so you gotta target them. It's like Skyrim, basically. Try to think of it as Skyrim or Oblivion if you played those games. Now, if you're soft locked, hide your kids, hide your wife, you're gonna get hit. Why? You can't stand behind people to block other abilities. So I think that's pretty good, because it would be really annoying having healers throwing stuff out and, you know, people shooting you with arrows, and you kind of just sit there like, okay, well, I can't hit them, there's an army in front of them. So this will allow you to soft lock the target, pick them out of a crowd and be like, hey, you're screwed. Now let's talk about healers, because healers will need some sort of targeting system. Well, not really. Why? Because most of your heals will be AoE heals, meaning area of effect, and there are passives and stuff like that, so you don't really need to target people in order to heal them. It's more of an area of effect. You heal everyone around you, so you gotta be more strategic. You gotta be aware of your environment, and you gotta be on your tippy toes, because people will try to kill you all the time. Now, if you're trying to kill a mob and then someone else happens to jump by and try to kill your mob, you can't really do much about it. You can't kill him, but don't worry, because there'll be a reward system for both parties, meaning, hey, you attack them and you attack them, boom, here you go. You both get something out of it, experience and drop wise. So there won't be that really frustrating moment when you're trying to kill a mob and some fool higher level than you comes by and steals that mob and kind of LOLs and runs away. So I think that's a good fix to the problem. A really common question is about the Holy Trinity, the healer, tank, and DPS tree you got going on there. How does it work, and will that be really important in the Elder Scrolls Online? The answer is no, it will not, because the game is geared to making your character however you want. So that means that no matter what you do, that will affect your role as your character. You can either gear towards being a healer, but you can also gear to be a healer with damage. You can be a tank with damage, a tank with heals. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, when you think about it, you break it down, yes, it is probably more beneficial, for example, to be a tank and have everything towards tanking. So your weapon, your passives, and all your skills and your skill bar more oriented to tanking. But don't forget, you can have an alternative skill bar, meaning as soon as you swap to that other weapon, boom, you get a new skill bar, and you can essentially heal with a staff, a restoration staff, boom, you can heal. So I mean, there are not really any guidelines to following a build, but more or less what is really successful, what is your playstyle. So yeah, no Holy Trinity. With Holy Trinity comes armor. Basically, what I want to know is, are there armor types? And the answer is absolutely. Every game has them. So there will be armor types. There'll be your light, medium, and heavy armor as usual, but these will have their own stats in themselves, meaning whatever role you want, you might want to be smart and pick the right armor. Because if you want a tank, you want to go light armor, it's going to provide skills to your magicka, not skills, benefits to your magicka, but you know, you maybe want more health and more blocking instead, so you should wear heavy armor. But again, you're not limited to choosing the armor type and then just playing that role. You can do whatever you want, just because of these, the way the game is, the mechanics of being able to have stats for everything. So you can be a hybrid. But as we know, most games have you play hybrids. They're not as successful, so we'll have to see this when the game actually comes out. So let's talk about dodging. And dodging will incorporate a stamina system, a stamina bar. And a lot of things will use the stamina bar, not just your dodging. Basically, when you use a power attack, that will need stamina. There's other things. So you want to time your attacks, and you want to make sure you're doing the right things at the right time, just by looking at the situation, analyzing, and, you know, trying to predict your opponent's moves. So I mean, blocking will use stamina too. There's a lot of things that you got to remember. So yeah, there is a dodging system, And yeah, you can dodge, you can block, but you will run out of stamina. And once you do, later. Now, one of the most important questions when I play an MMO, I want to know about the skill cap. I want to know about the PvP. How will I be able to be successful in this PvP? Is there a skill cap? Is there just a gear cap? Meaning, is it just based off gear, or is there skill? What is it? Okay, so basically in the Elder Scrolls Online, you will have a lot of decisions to make in order to be successful in PvP. Why? Because you got to make your character yourself. You got to build your character from the ground up. You're not following any guidelines or anything. You are making your character however you want. So you want to be a tank, you go tank. You go heavy armor, you go shield, you go whatever you want to go. But if you have no damage, you're just going to be a tank, a meat shield, and that's it. So you got to think, do I want to be a tank with damage? Do I want to be a healer with lots of health? Do I want to be a tanky healer? These are things you got to decide. Your gear, your passives, your weapons, your consumables, things like that will really determine how you fight in PvP. Not only that using your stamina properly, there's many factors that will incorporate into the PvP. So I mean, this will be a very skill-based PvP, maybe even kind of a harder PvP, just because it's like Skyrim, and you know Skyrim is pretty difficult. It can get pretty difficult at times if you're not using mods and cheating, that is. And yeah, so we'll have to find out. We'll have to see what it's like in the Elder Scrolls Online for PvP. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. And if you're excited as I am, smack that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the Dara channel. As always, I'm Alex. Thanks for watching.